Okay, so... Okay, so this is kind of a mess here, and I'm pressed on time, and I am going to do a quick edit of this video here. And I did a lot of these videos with Brittany Henderson, who was sort of on the fence. You know, I see what's going on. I can point out what's going on, which means she knew exactly what was going on. But at the same time, she sort of wanted to, you know, how do we cover this up? Because she was part of the psychology community. And then when it came time, I remember the court called her in for something and she didn't show up in court, and sort of showing guilt because she was like Steve Levinson or every other person that's ever been in my life since 5 years old. I want to get in your life to try to hang you, right? Okay, to push you off that cliff, okay? And like Steve Levinson, right? Okay, so with my family, Dr. Steve Levinson, 83 years old, with my father and my mother and my brother, and it's a medical family. Okay, so who don't care, a criminal medical family. They don't care about right or wrong. They just want what they want and they'll kill to get it or whatever. Okay, so or maybe they'll just kill out of hate. Okay, so this is, I'm not going to go too long on this because there's so many 100 million things going on to exterminate me worldwide, and for no reason that I'm imagining, and it's my behavior. Okay, so we're going to make you look crazy. It's your behavior. We're going to eradicate you. But it's not a single psychotic murderer. Okay, it starts from a sick family and father at 5 going, I got a vibe, my child's the evil devil child, he's the bad seed, so we got to kill him. Okay, just pure insanity, pure craziness. You can throw all logic out the door. What did Kevin do? Well, I can analyze 5 years old and my behavior, and I'll be like, well, yeah, you know, I was afraid when I accidentally threw water on that guy's car and I ran in crying, but that's not going to make a father launch a worldwide murder operation that you're crazy no matter what. No matter how much you prove me wrong, you're crazy, so I have to kill you with worldwide groups or eradicate you, because that doesn't make sense. If you prove that you're not crazy 100 billion times over, then why would that make your stalkers, my 52-year or 47-year minute-by-minute daily worldwide conspiring stalkers, get angrier and angrier unless they're cold-blooded murderers, okay? Because if you're concerned about someone's health and they show you and they prove you wrong, you don't keep coming after them unless you want them dead and gone, and you're doing it despite my family all having psychology degrees. They don't keep, oh, you proved me wrong, so now I'm going to keep coming after you a million times more with every person on the planet. They're not doing that because they want to know if it's my behavior or I'm different or whatever. They're doing it out of pure hate and rage. Jeez. Okay, so this is for the... Okay, I've submitted all sorts of things in internal affairs. I've literally probably sent over 1,000 emails with photos and videos and proof, and even Terrence Scroggins in the last 3 months over 67 times running on my property, grabbing the security cameras and throwing them. Well, it's your behavior. Why do you have a security camera? I don't know. If you and a group of people keep coming over my house doing fucked up shit, you think maybe it's common sense that you're gonna put a security camera there? Oh, well, I think you're crazy, so you're not allowed to have proof of it. Okay, like the Yucca, right? Don't look at the proof because he's crazy. Well, you just confessed. You know, don't look at the proof. You're crazy. You just confessed. Because if you thought there was no proof there, you wouldn't say that. Okay, so... and everyone worldwide can see through that, but they won't admit to the situation. So Internal Affairs has gotten thousands and thousands of emails based on, you know, I'll file, example, this one is for Officer Toro. 2012, if you ever take a picture of a person, I'll exercise the law in my own way. However, it actually starts at 96 or something. University of Colorado, Professor Nick's photography class and Mike Wexler telling me I'm not allowed to take a picture of a person unless go on a road trip and things like this. Originally Jason Perlin's friend. Okay, so we keep coming back to the same cycle here, but the cycle is a violent, dangerous one. Like, oh, you spoke with Jason's friend, we have to kill you. Okay, and why did Jason introduce me to his friend? Just like he wanted me to see the internet so badly. So it's your behavior. Well, what does that mean? Because do people not take photography classes in college because that's why they offer them? Do people not go to coffee shops because that's why they exist? Do people not go to pool halls because that's why they exist? Do people not go to colleges? Because remember, every professor and high school teacher and elementary school teacher, the 5-year-old Jew needs to die. Do people not go to high school? Do people not go to... Well, it's your behavior because you went to high school. It's your behavior because you went to college. It's your behavior because you take walks. It's your behavior because you play pool. It's your behavior because you go to movies. It's your behavior because you date women. Okay, so it's your behavior because you're smart and educated and driven to make money and provide jobs under you and STEM and promote society, help society evolve by providing jobs for those of... If I create a business large enough that I need to hire employees, I'm creating jobs that sustain society. These are all crazy, weird ideals, right? Nobody ever... So it's your behavior for doing these things. So we got to make you look crazy and stop you from doing anything in life with the death threats from Charles Sean Dempsey indirectly that I'm not allowed to leave my house cage, and all the neighbors working with him and worldwide groups working with him. And you're gonna say, but I don't understand. Well, because you're an evil 5-year-old devil child. You're the bad seed, because my family with Kelly Hatch are working on Kevin Conforms to Media and People angles by my father starting to show me movies like Wizards in 1977 when I'm 5 years old, and getting really angry for me kissing a black girl at 8 years old, and with the Worldwide No Relaxing Few Nigger campaign to kill me, just one of the many 100,000 angles and tactics to try to make me look crazy and rid me of the world. And you're not allowed to tell anyone, or you're an evil person and a snitch and a rat, and we're gonna kill you. Okay, so when do things really get bad? They get more direct. 2001, LAPD is trying to plant a trash bag full of marijuana in my house with Roddy Morales. Kevin, you want to be my gym manager? Let's go to strip clubs. Work with Mike Huntley. Let's go to strip clubs. Kevin, hey world, Kevin's supposedly stalking strippers and porn stars. And also, do you want a trash bag of marijuana? Which I find out he's working with LAPD. No, why do I want your trash bag of marijuana? LAPD trying to make me look like a drug dealer for 15, 20 years after that. 2017 arrests, they sort of pair me up with a guy named Eddie Shell, who's Jewish and a drug dealer, arrested, convicted drug dealer. You know, you could watch those Brittany Henderson videos, how she likes to hang out with drug dealers, or sort of that dialogues of hers, and it's not a big deal to hang out with drug dealers, and they're trying to force these people on me to make me look like this or that. And then, you know, Eddie, I don't want to be your friend because, you know, A, we met in jail, would be one, and but the biggest priority there is that you don't want to admit to these worldwide slaughters to exterminate me. And that applies to every person on the planet Earth, okay? I mean, that's priority here. You don't want to admit to a worldwide murder operation or eradication operation, then I don't want anything to do with you, okay? And in the end, like usual, Steve Levinson, no, I don't see anything. Just like my father, sitting in his office, watching 1,000 things per day. I don't see anything, okay? Die, you piece of shit 5-year-old, die. I want you near me. Die, you piece of shit 5-year-old. Okay, paying off the police. Okay, paying off the police to hunt and exterminate and eradicate. Okay, so in the world of Kevin, you shouldn't say anything about worldwide murder operations. This is the way the world works. I've never heard of anything in the history of humanity like this. It's never even happened in the history of humanity. It's like you could take Jesus and you could make it a trifle little infinitesimal splinter okay? Like, in the grand scheme of a splinter in the earth. I mean, compared to the entire earth trying to kill me or eradicate me since 5 years old. Okay, so Internal Affairs, Captain Michael Moore, who's on every letter, has denied any investigation, just like almost every, probably like 400 police reports, and we're not going to take police reports for you. We're not going to investigate. We're not going to take police reports. Why? Because you're a child raping murderer? Well, you're making him do it. See, in 91, you bought a t-shirt that Eric Christensen didn't like, so he got together with Sherry Christensen to hunt you and kill you with Worldwide Groups, who is apparently now a police officer, I think, and has the right to hunt you and kill you because 40 years ago, he didn't like your t-shirt. Oh, so, you know, people are allowed to kill people if they don't like their t-shirts. And also, we don't like the color of your truck, and we don't like your shoes, and we don't like your hair, and we don't like your hair is too long and it's too short, and your armpit smell. That was a Starbucks tactic, right? Your armpit with my father in his office, and Shanna Bryan Seva, your armpit smells, so therefore you're not allowed at any coffee shop or so Jews have smelly armpits and aren't allowed out of their cages. Is that what you're saying? Okay, so. And I don't like using this camera for this because I have to check if it's still recording. Okay, so let's go back. 2001, Mike Huntley, I find out there's a planetary murder operation to kill me. I don't know what I'm seeing. Or better yet, eradicate. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. What's the motive? Is the motive to kill? Or is the motive to force me in a cage and stop me from roaming the earth? Personally, without sounding suicidal, because they'll use that against me, I would rather be dead. I'd rather be dead than in a cage, not roaming the earth. And I would rather roam the earth and not have the entire planet Earth trying to force me into a cage. How do we force people into mental facilities? Just one of Charles Sean Dinsey's many eradication agendas. And remember, he came over in 2017 illegal fabricated police reports and arrests with Bailey Bernard and Terrence Scroggins. He came over 2 weeks before me taking the stand, putting police reports, a parking ticket for parked 1 inch in the red, trying to threaten me for taking the stand. Okay, so, and my lawyer, Seymour Amster, wouldn't even submit that as evidence. Look, you know, he just came over and threatened the fucking client. Okay, or not the client, but my client. But he came over and threatened the witness, or the defendant. Like, the police officer came over and threatened the defendant. Okay, he wouldn't even, okay, he came over personally, not a parking enforcement officer. Okay, so, in a list of lawyers a mile long that want to bury me for being born. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, so 2001, Mike Huntley, World of Paranoia. You had better, wait. Have a good life now, with an angry voice. You'd better live a careful life. World of Paranoia, driving papers to my desk, how to make people mentally ill and kill them. Quotes about defaming my name, quotes from Crocodile Dundee. Well, when there's a problem, we tell Wally. Well, Wally tells the town, no more problems, so he keeps making up newer and newer lies that instantly go out worldwide on these worldwide propaganda systems that were built around me in 94, when my brother wanted me to see the internet. And then, have a good life now. You're getting enough rope to hang yourself with. You'd better live a careful life. We're using the judicial system against you, so you better live a careful life, you better not react, and we're using the judicial system against you because when we can get you to react, or if we can, we're going to arrest you. And you're trying to file police reports 100 million times, and they won't take police reports going, die Jew. You don't have a right to fucking breathe since 5 years old. Okay, so what do? You go to Internal Affairs. You go up above. You go to the news, and you go to Internal Affairs, and people in the news, they're linked to my family going, we can't let them talk. And you report the corrupt police officers to Internal Affairs, and they already know they're not going to help you because they've been hunting you with an entire planet since 5 years old, correct? Okay, so we're going into 2012. Dr. Alex Lazar, therapist, Persian, mad at me for ratting out Tom Farley and saying that I somehow did something to Persians or working with Persians. Remember, it switches from black groups to Persian groups to Asian groups. It just doesn't matter. It's just a worldwide kill the Jew operation, the worldwide no relaxing for you nigger campaign because I kissed a black girl. My family sending in Devo the band afterwards to sing Whip It Good. Kevin's crazy. He conforms to media. Okay, they'll say and do whatever it takes to kill the 5-year-old Jew, the child raping, murdering family. Because it's your behavior. Well, am I to believe that my mother's going around, she's, I don't know, 88 or who knows, and she's going around, let's say probably 84 or something, she's going around going, it's Kevin's behavior when he was 5 years old, we gotta kill him or rid him of the world. It's my behavior when I was 5 years old. Well, I think I'm 52 years old. I mean, and what they started is going on minute by minute with worldwide groups. But Kevin, you suffer from obsession. Well, I'm not the one trying to kill me based on some fabrication when I was 5 years old. I'm the victim. Well, you're ruining everyone's life by saying you've been lied to. Well, do they have the right to hunt me and kill me or eradicate me? Well, just sit there and let them. What was the black people following me from place to place said? Learn to accept it. And another death threat from the guy with the police trained canine to stop me from taking walks and getting exercise. You'd better learn to accept what's going on or it's going to get a lot worse for you. Okay, so we're coming to Officer Toro here, Encino Starbucks. Ironically, I'm just driving out probably down to LA or something, or Hollywood. I think we might be passing it in a few minutes. The Encino Starbucks in 2012, where black people were really getting angry that the Jew is out of the cage. Wait, I thought the black community suffered the same history as us Jews in the Holocaust and slavery and with Moses and in Egypt, but yet they haven't evolved enough. And I don't want to generalize, but the 100 million ones lashing out in anger and rage at me haven't evolved enough to understand that they're not better or that they're all horrible situations without trying to. How do you not stereotype when the majority for 50 years? Okay, so and that's not my doing, that's their doing, because I keep trying to reason with them, whatever that social group may be. And it's always the same response: you don't fucking talk or we kill you, or execute or eradicate you. Okay, so 2012. Okay. Kevin gets into photography 96. Mike Wexler, basically death threats. You don't do your college assignments. And there's a whole sub-story to that, which I'm not going to get into, with Professor Nick and people actually flipping the fuse box, the breaker box, so my alarm wouldn't go off for a critique photography project. I'm not going to get into that one because that's not as... But they are linked events, from Mike Wexler, Jason's friend Mike Wexler, to Jason's friend Jason Baum, to Jason's friend Mike Huntley. Okay, so Officer Toro. Okay, so I'm trying to relax. No relaxing for you, nigger, with worldwide groups. You're not allowed at any coffee shop worldwide. Starbucks, all Starbucks coffee shops worldwide, all Pete's coffee shops worldwide, all Coffee Beans worldwide, all Fred and Barney and Wilma's coffee shop, whatever, no-namers. You're not allowed to leave your house or go to any public places worldwide, especially coffee shops, because coffee's black and you're crazy. Coffee's black and I'm crazy. Oh, okay, so that makes sense. And, they pull whatever they try to say something to get me to say something, and then they see Kevin's crazy. Okay, so Starbucks on Ventura Boulevard in Havenhurst was extremely aggressive, and people befriending me, like Rick Armando working with Dr. Alex Lazar. I'm a musician, and there was a girl named Arnons hinting that I am a hacker, using that tactic to try to justify killing Jews. Was she Persian? She might have been Persian, I'm not sure. Armenian, maybe? Every coffee shop employee, you know, bash the Jew's skull in. Every person coming in, walking by and whistling. Upwards on this, and we're right here, so I'm going to video the parking lot, I guess. Upwards of 1,000 attacks per day. Literally. And eventually you go, this has been going on. So this is 15 years later, no, 2012. I find out 2001. This is 11 years later, and this is when the cars backwards tactic starts because I parked once backwards. Okay, so I'm getting proof and I'm getting video footage, and not by choice. They won't stop. They still to this day, worldwide world of paranoia. You don't have a right to breathe. You don't have a right to live. You're imagining it. Almost every human interaction is a barrage of tactics they've been given to do. Okay, so if it's every person calling me buddy, every person saying man, every person whistling, what is the motive? Well, it's not good. It's either lock away in a cage for life, incarcerate for life, or kill. Yeah, there's no... It's one of two things, and they're both equally... Oh. What?
Dude, what? So what's all this about?
The truth. So all you guys have been lied to. That's some crazy tattoos, by the way.
Thank you.
You guys have all been lied to. This is the truth. I don't think I don't have enough reach here. Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Damn, pink finger. I don't have enough reach, but that's the truth behind the government worldwide lies. So.
100% the government is lying.
Okay, he's like 50 piercings in the face. He has pink fingernails. He's playing the mind games, the drama, the over drama mind game. Oh my God, what's this? But everyone knows what's going on. So, and then he tries to. Well, the government is lying to all of us. You know, he's generalizing. He's curving the argument into a general Illuminati type thing. Okay, trying to make it look crazy, but he was friendly about it at least. And really, at that point, you really can't give him too much credibility with the pink fingernails. A man with pink fingernails and 50 piercings, and he has a tattoo and a tattoo and a tattoo and a tattoo. So, you know, okay, so all I'm saying here is he doesn't look like the type of person that reads over the Constitution and says, shit, we could be in danger, even though most people don't, because you wouldn't expect what's being done to my life to happen. It's so unheardedly rare. Okay, unheardedly rare. How do we force people in the mental facilities and steal their cars or house or kill them or out of hate or bolster themselves politically? Because remember that one of the arguments here is that I'm making Eric Christensen and worldwide groups hunt me to kill me and make money off me because of my Lord's Gym t-shirt, his pain, your gain. Then, you know, the joke of Jesus bench pressing the cross, and, well, that could be offensive. Well, it could be, but it's not going to launch worldwide campaigns to kill someone, and that's why I was sitting in a t-shirt shop, and I've seen people walking around with them, and they're not having that problem, and I've bought newer ones from the christianbookstore.com or whatever, so the Christians don't have a problem with having a sense of humor about it. But didn't see an LAPD, and my father with worldwide anonymous Kill Kevin groups do, but if that guy over there, like I saw, is wearing it, they don't care. So it's personal. Okay, so ironically, we're at the Starbucks here. I wasn't really planning this out. So we are on Havenhurst and Ventura Boulevard. And in this building down here used to be one of the medical buildings or offices in there. It was psychiatrist Dr. Alex Lazar, Persian, trying to cover up things that Tom Farley was doing with the Persian groups. Kivan Ate, I believe, is Persian, and Pedram Espinaza, or whatever the fuck, who has actively been stalking with these mass groups, I believe is Persian. And we have some of the newer Lebanese things with the pagers. And okay, so, you know, they have motive. Okay, and I'm Jewish. I'm not the best Jew, but I'm Jewish by blood, and I got bar mitzvahed, and I'm Jewish, period. And to a Jew killer, they don't fucking care. Okay, you born Jewish. Okay, when Adolf Hitler came to your door when the SS came to your door, did they care if, well, I'm not actively praying, or did they say, well, is it in your blood? Okay, so this parking lot, now I'll be surprised if everything is forward, because this is where the worldwide backwards cars started. And if I park right now, then it's significantly opposite of what started in 2011. If I park backwards right now, people will show up parking backwards to see me. Or no, sorry. If I park right now, not backwards, if I park right now, and I actually am, people, because I want to go through some paperwork here, people will actually get more aggressive with the cars backwards. So surprisingly, there is one backwards here. And this parking lot used to be 40% backwards, and I have like hundreds of videos. Okay, so what changed? Now, as we get closer to the Starbucks here in the CVS pharmacy, we're gonna see a backwards Tesla here. Just one, I mean, it started with pairs of twos and things like that. And all this, so all of this would have been backwards and cryptic, like two blues backwards here. And I could still go to other parking lots all around the world and do it, but this is where it starts. Okay, 2011, I park backwards once, perfection. You had better, Mike Huntley's death threats, you had better live a careful life. You don't park backwards or we hunt you with the worldwide groups and kill you. Okay, I'm sort of doing a translation from the vague statement that we're looking for justifications to kill a 5-year-old Jew, and they're trying to brainwash me with my family into thinking that it's my fault and the judicial system. And by the way, let's talk about the dynamics of that guy that said, hey, what are the signs? Why are you talking to camera? He's by this area, correct? Because I don't get that too much. So there's a connection between his actions and my location. Okay, we have another car. Looks like he just arrived here. Lights on. He's parking backwards. And like I told you, that they're seeing me arrive. It's a girl with a black and white. They're seeing me arrive, and they'll see me, and then, okay, ramp up the attacks. And this is a worldwide thing. It's not just here. But for everything they start, like, you know what? You ruined our life because you parked backwards once. Do it worldwide. Kill him. The thing with the Asian guy and the white Tesla at my house. Why do you take so many walks? You touched my car. I said, let's drop the bullshit. What's this really about? Okay, I'm going to note the gray pickup backwards. So there are a little bit higher rate back here backwards, but you know, without demanding perfection. That the majority of the parking lot is forwards until we sort of come to this back aisle. And then it'll be different if I go to that parking lot over there, because this is where it starts and they have the guilt. Does that make sense? Okay, so let's quickly, I don't want to be here too long. I want to sort of head out to LA. So at the time when I was going to the Starbucks, and this is everywhere worldwide, okay, I have all sorts of surveillance video, and I have camera video from this camera, and the provoking. So if I go buy a coffee there and sit inside, people walk by and provoke me minute by minute. If I sit outside away from them, they'll provoke me minute by minute, just like the lawyers in the courthouse. Wait, do I need to go further? We're using the judicial system against you. Why are lawyers, defense attorneys, and prosecutors provoking me to death in courthouses? Does that make sense? Other than Mike Huntley's statement, we're using the judicial system against you? His death threats? Well, I don't understand. Like, why are you... Well, you're not allowed to have that information. Okay, right? And the very act of me asking, Mike, what's going on? It was pure fucking anger, okay? Pure anger and rage, and you're a dead man, and you don't ask those fucking questions. Okay, so my father's statements and Mike Huntley's too, you're not allowed to defend yourself, even ask what's going on. Okay, so some of these are already here, but the majority of a lot. So I'm not going to spend too much time proving what I have 100,000 videos of, but I'm going to note he's backwards. I'm going to note he's backwards. I'm going to note there's one backwards there. I'm going to note this rear side's backwards, but all these are forwards like they should be, and technically really those should too. Higher rate as we get to CVS and Starbucks. I want to note that. And now imagine, I got to switch batteries here. Okay, so imagine you're trying to relax. Remember, one of the death threats is no relaxing for you, nigger. You're trying to relax. People keep walking by. Next one. Just every place worldwide. hey buddy, what's going on? Like they want to talk to you, hey buddy. Or that might be the man tactic, like 15 people per hour saying, hey man, what's going on? How you doing? Or what are you up to, man? Or hey, I haven't seen you, man. Or the mimic tactics, or the clothing. Then the clothing color tactics. Maybe then you start seeing groups of all black pants and green shirts. Then maybe you see floods of all black pants, red shirts. Then it's next thing. Now this is, I noticed this 23 years ago, minute by minute. 23 years ago. Mike, what the fuck's going on? I'm dealing with Roddy Morales, trying to set me up with strip clubs and strippers and porn stars and trying to plant drugs in my house. I mean, every fucking resource known to man. But yet, in 52 years, nothing's happened. Kevin Perlman has not done anything wrong. He's been an exceptional person, except if you're a psychotic Nazi, you'd better live a careful life, and it's your behavior. Like Anita Perlman and Ron Perlman and Jason Perlman, you know. You don't buy the color car. If I don't approve of the color car you buy from the dealer, I'm going to hunt you and kill you with worldwide groups. If it's your behavior, no one would ever buy. My mother used to say that people don't buy red cars. Kevin, you're reckless and out of control because you bought a red car. Now I have to kill you. But what about everyone else with red cars? Okay, but we're all avoiding, or they are all avoiding, the only important question. What is it? Nobody's that stupid. The only important question is, if there's a worldwide campaign going, it's your behavior. People don't buy red cars or 2013 Corvettes or put body kits on Eclipses, and 100 billion of them do. Why is a planet trying to hunt a 5-year-old to kill him saying hypocritical statements? Well, people don't buy Corvettes. And that's coming from the guy with the Corvette. So now you're confused, right? You're going, well, Ronald Perlman's, well, they're just teasing you for buying a Corvette? I don't understand what the joke, like what are they laughing at? The tease is, people don't buy Corvettes, so we're teasing you? People don't modify cars, so we're teasing you? People don't go to Los Angeles County Raceway and race cars, so we're teasing you? People don't take photography classes at University of Colorado called photography classes, so we're teasing you? Of course, none of the other students are having the problem. Seymour Amster, you're brilliant, it's not mental illness. Not mine, because I don't think it's wrong to buy a Corvette or go to coffee shops. I'm confused. And Lisa Marie, working with Paul Humphrey, is the little things in life, right? She's trying to change my thought process to see what they're doing. Okay, so, but there's never any admission worldwide. There's never any admission that this is wrong, especially in the judicial system. They don't want the truth. And you saw that guy started trying to make a joke out of the car, and really what he's doing is he's trying to get angry reactions, like, you fucking piece of shit, you think this is funny. And really that is the magnitude of the situation, but that's also the motive to provoke me 100 billion times per hour worldwide, to set me up and frame me and say he's a violent paranoid schizo, the same lies my father started at 5 years old. See, so now you can apply every situation as identical to 5 years old, daily, minute by minute. Okay, the father snaps, manages to get a worldwide murder operation, paying off the police to have me killed or eradicated. What's the difference? I have to go out amongst these people every day going, I don't understand. You're imagining it. Trying to play their Illuminati games, trying to make me look crazy. It's your behavior. The behavior getting proof of what you're doing. That sounds like a pretty fucking normal behavior. But everyone's going to deny it. So you're being mobbed to death and bullied to death until you no longer exist by an entire planet starting at 5 years old, and you find out at 29 years old. Okay, so sitting out here, getting video footage. Well, what happens when someone's trying to kill you, or a planet of them tries to kill you, and you have proof of it? I literally have probably 100,000 videos that I need to edit. And that'll never happen. I need like 10 news buildings of employees, okay? And yet, not one person on planet Earth can probably, or very seldomly, or rarely, take one of my situations and go, I've never seen anything like that. I probably have like 100,000 of them. Okay, so that's a lot of hate. Okay, that's like Adolf Hitler, like amplified by a billion, covered up by laughing or teasing you, okay? Like the frog in the blender video that Mike Huntley and Tim Thompson would show me. Okay, so where the blender never stops, it just gets faster and faster until the frog gets shredded up and dies. Okay, so, and that's exactly what my family's been doing since I was 5 years old. Okay, so there were several events with security guards where they were provoking me and whistling at me, just like the ones at the Warner Center Met, trying to mace me and all that, for trying to leave my house and take walks. And all the neighbors working with them, and this is a worldwide thing, so if I were to come out here or anywhere else in the world, there would be instant connected events across the internet. Everyone working on me minute by minute. Security companies would not admit or say it's wrong while they're provoking me. And then they started calling the cops, and the cops already knew I was coming out here because they keep tabs on everything I do, which is another creation of the problem. We have the video footage. We're watching you, Perlman, right? And all sorts of things, because they have me on these sort of mental illness watch lists worldwide, but they're not really watch lists. They're, if you see Kevin execute on site, you know, figure out how to remove him from society. And so Officer Toro comes out because I have proof of a conspiracy to commit murder on video. And unfortunately, this one's not on video. It wouldn't matter, though. So I submitted an internal affairs report. I did a little later because, you know, I mean, how many thousands of things can someone deal with per day? Exponentially growing since 5 years old and getting really bad after 29. So this is a internal affairs report for Officer Toro 2012 death threat with Aubrey Fisher, who followed me here. Okay, remember Aubrey Fisher was originally working with Roddy Morales and other strippers like Venice and strip clubs Bare Elegance and Foreplay, and introduced me like a hostess, a little slutty hostess girl working with, you know, amateur stripper contests and wanted to host little club and bar events, and getting into photography right after me, and then working with Kevin. You should instead of using what was it? Instead of using one model place, you should use Model Mayhem, working with the entire photography and makeup artist community to throw rocks in my head minute by minute. And then follows me here. You also are not allowed to go to coffee shops, obviously linked to Victoria Walker and Brian Longbotham and Tim Thompson and Steve McPike all the way from Colorado and unheard of things. And okay, so to make a long story short, I filed, and remember I have all sorts of things with Brittany Henderson like this, filing things with the Bar Association, filing things with Internal Affairs, and then for Internal Affairs, over probably 1,000 emails of different events linked. They won't investigate one thing, they just bury everything, no matter how much proof. Physical attacks, you name it. Dog attacks with police-trained canines, they just, I don't see anything. Okay, so it's a worldwide campaign to hunt and kill a 5-year-old Jew, or eradicate, and say what they need to say to cover it up. So kill someone and cover it up. They suffer from mental illness, and it's not happening. Okay, now how do you get a plan to help someone, to help on that, something like that? Because I sat around, there was no website and there was no signage on my car up until the age 38 or something, and I found out at 29. I sat there for like 10 years. Are you going to tell me why a planet, minute by minute, daily, is trying to fucking kill me? What's going on? You're imagining it die. Okay. So this might have been the second Internal Affairs report. because they won't do anything for anything on any level. This was with Officer William Cooper from West Valley Division. And right now, I believe, according to Van Nuys Courthouse or Van Nuys Police, Valley Division is here in Encino. Okay. And I can't get to editing this because there's so many things per hour happening. Okay, so... Okay, Sergeant William Cooper, serial number 40415. His email didn't work. West Valley, Pat W2. I don't know what that means. I'm looking for an internal affairs CF number 24. We're gonna have to go telescopic here. 24000313. Okay, so you can't really. Okay, so there's not much to see on that. Okay, so now, eventually, like usual, we get back an internal affairs letter. And I'm gonna read what it says, and then you can compare it to the video interview of Sergeant William Cooper. How Internal Affairs is trying to bury this. And I got 100 million things. I did 100 million things with Brittany Henderson, but it's been exhausting being all alone with everyone trying to execute you, going, you're imagining it. Let's see, which is page 1 and 2, I'm not sure. Complaint. Kevin Perlman, Internal Affairs Group of the Los Angeles Police Department has received complaint. You will be informed of the disposition of the investigation. LA Division, that's in Spanish. Of course, Chief Michael Moore is always stamped at the bottom. Who I actually talked to about people being monitored and mental illness. He really didn't like me querying him about, especially his statements about kids in middle school being watched based on the parents. Hey, my son's crazy. Okay, destroying lives. Angry parents destroying lives, unless the kid really is crazy to a point of dangerously crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. But still, why would you monitor? See, now we're getting into constitutional violations. Well, my son's crazy, so watch everything he does. Well, man, can an angry parent say that because they want to control their child? Because they want to. I want to dictate which girl you date. I want to dictate which girl you date. So you suffer from mental illness. You know, Kevin, you kissed a black girl when you were 8. You need to be monitored. And we're going to make sure that you do what we tell you, or we're going to whip you to death. Okay, so I believe this is the response letter. With the Worldwide No Relaxing Few Nigger campaign. So remember that Officer Sergeant William Cooper was African American, and I'm not generalizing here, but he could have motive, like Officer Topanga Division, Officer... Shit, this was recent. What was his name? It'll probably come back to me. There's a police officer who shot 2 girls that was working in Topanga, trying to stop me from filing police reports. Officer... Jesus, start with the T, I thought. Okay, so let's go through. Jew Kill Jones. Jew Kill Jones. Officer Jones. Jew Kill Jones. Okay, not wanting to suppress all police reports and try to make me look crazy. And that was when Jason Ryan Fishman was coming in, and he was working with Jason Ryan Fishman, and Jason Ryan Fishman is on like 5 videos and threatening my life and chasing me with police sirens on a scooter, trying to get reactions to, oh, poor me, like everyone else, right? Okay, so, And Jason Ryan Fishman's working with all the security companies. So I'm talking about the Asian girl with the Warner Center Met, and Allied Universal, and Golden West, and Securitas AB, and all the other ones. Okay, so all in a global Kill Kevin conspiracy. An investigation into your complaint. Now I want you to see how they changed the wording. An investigation into your complaint that was reported 25th, because this is the second time, January 25th, 2024, regarding the conduct of an employee of the Los Angeles Police Department has been completed. The investigation has gone through several levels of review. 0, like usual. Including myself and command staff and internal affairs, the allegation that an employee inappropriately... Okay, this is... The allegation that the employee inappropriately advised you not to take a photo. A police officer advised me to not take a photo. Is that the same if you ever take a picture of a person worldwide? I will exercise the law in my own way, like hunting you and killing you with worldwide citizens. Hunting you to have you killed with worldwide citizens. If you ever buy a camera and get into photography. Because Aubrey Fisher doesn't want you to get into studio photography with Anita Perlman and Ron Perlman and Jason Perlman, and Jason's friend Mike Wexler in 1996 doesn't approve of me taking a class, a photography class with Professor Nick in 1996 at University of Colorado, and has the right to hunt me and kill me with worldwide groups, even though it goes a lot deeper. There's more to it. But this is one of the 100,000s of scenarios to kill a 5-year-old Jew or eradicate him. And it's your behavior if you get into studio photography or take your camera down to the beach and put it on a tripod and start getting into studio or landscapes and panoramics. But everyone else worldwide is not having a problem. And then it jumps to t-shirts, and then it jumps to shoes, and then it jumps to long hair, then it jumps to hats. Remember, a cowboy hat, in my life, buying a cowboy hat means you're a racist, and you're thrown in jail for it in 2017 with black groups trying to kill you, saying you're racist for buying a cowboy hat with their No Relaxing For You Nigger campaign to kill me. Okay, so there's 100,000 different justifications to do the same thing, kill the 5-year-old Jew across 52 years. The allegation that an employee inappropriately advised you to take a photo, a singular, not a plural, a singular, advised, didn't give me a death threat. If you ever take a picture of a person anywhere in the world, I will kill you. I will exercise the law in my own way. And I have about 100,000 other videos to edit like this, by the way, for different things. Which means, okay, the allegation the employee temporarily advised you not to take a photo has been classified as non-disciplinary, demonstrably false. Oh, so it's demonstrably false? How do you know it's false? If you state it's demonstrably false, then that's a confession of guilt, because how do you know it happened or it didn't happen? You could say, we couldn't find anything. Demonstrably false states you're lying. Which means the investigation determined that the alleged act did not occur, and they've dumbed down the act from a death threat with worldwide groups to, you know what, I don't want you taking that picture. Something infinitesimal. Whatever, you know, some asshole cop. So they dumbed it down, like everything else. Like all my police reports that I've tried to file. Like the girl trying to slice me up with knives working with LAPD. The Mexican girl for taking walks on Owen's Mouth. And LAPD would not take a attempted murder or assault with a deadly weapon report. Thank you for bringing this to us, Matt. Thank you for bringing up this matter with us. We're going to fuck you up the ass without Vaseline. Okay, so do I need to, you know... Is the goal of the Los Angeles Police Department to provide the highest level of quality, which means you're completely fucking full of shit, bullshit, Internal Affairs, Michael Moore there, covering up probably about 1,000 different police events directed at me alone. Death threats, you name it. Okay, more than one. Okay. What else do I have? That's the most important, but... And I know this video, like usual, the lead-in is really long. Oh. So here is the letter. You probably can't see shit, but I'll put it, you know, it'll be in the edit. The LAPD cover letter. What's this? Oh, just annotating the LAPD's criminal activities. Anyone that buys a camera, it's your behavior, we're gonna hunt you and kill you with worldwide groups. Anyone that takes a photography class in 96, the first class, I didn't even own a camera in 96. I borrowed Chad Bauer's Canon A1. I didn't even own a camera. Sargeant Williams business card. However, his email didn't work. 40415 at whatever it is, lapd.org or whatever it is. I have something here, Detective Florida. I don't know if I accidentally put this in the same folder. Oh no, Detective Flores from Van Nuys Courthouse met with Mr. Perlman at Van Nuys regarding complaint. Oh, LAPD.online. 40415 at LAPD online. LAPD, like usual, Internal Affairs, not LAPD. Burying the crime. Dumbing it down like every police report I've ever filed and burying the crime. Now, what I'm going to show you here, after I circle around the parking lot here and see what's increased as I head out to LA, is the video interview of me and Sergeant William Cooper at the Van Nuys Courthouse. He drove from West Valley to Van Nuys Courthouse, met with me in the conference room, interviewed me about the situation, wrote down whatever he wrote. I can't tell you what he wrote. Goes to Internal Affairs, like usual. The 100 billion incidences with an entire planet trying to kill me is dumbed down into something infinitesimal that doesn't matter. And then we couldn't find anything. Now, I can't tell you if Sergeant William Cooper dumbed it down when writing. You're going to have to look at his facial expressions on the video. I haven't even watched the video yet because I'm consumed with a planetary murder operation. And new trials with the Sean Dinsey agenda, how to execute Jews. And my family paying off Charles Sean Dinsey with their worldwide kill the 5-year-old operations. Okay, so let's get out of here, and I'm gonna document and see if the car backwards tactics have increased. And by experience, they should be at a higher rate by the coffee shops, any coffee shop worldwide. But in this instance, it'll be CVS Pharmacy and this Encino Starbucks. And then we'll look at the other things that might or might not be. Like, we have these two similar black Priuses, both black. And then remember, before the white cars and the backwards cars and groupings, it was very cryptic, more cryptic-y, like maybe two of these together forwards. Then I parked here once backwards, and then it's your behavior, you ruined our life, we have worldwide groups trying to copy and mimic you to death until your breathing stops, or you're in a cage, in a hate cage, and everything that's happening is on that level since 5 years old. So I told you you're not allowed to take a picture of a person. Mike Wexler, Jason Perlman's friend, then Jason sends his friend Jason Baum after me. And by the way, these people were probably never even Jason Perlman's friends, okay? They just sort of lined people up, get in Kevin's life and try to hunt him and kill him, or rid him of the world, okay? And try to make him look crazy as the motive to execute. Okay, or the means. Maybe I should say the means, not the motive. Okay, I don't know. I don't really care because it's all the same thing. So if I were to compare about 100 videos of this parking lot that I have, probably buried into 100 billion different things. Okay, we have a newer backwards here. Then 40% of this parking lot would be backwards, and like pairs of twos backwards here and pairs of twos backwards there. What changed in the equation? Okay, we have a new one here that's backwards, so we are seeing a slight. Now, if I were to stay here, I was only here for about 15 minutes. If I were to stay here for an hour or two, it would get really bad and it would progressively get worse. Okay? And this, not just here, but everywhere worldwide. But what I'm showing is that if I can grab like 100 videos of this parking lot alone and show you the change in behavior based on me being here, then you can do a conclusion on common sense that it's obviously true. And you don't, I really don't need to do that because the world already knows what's going on, because if there's an entire planet stalking me, and there is, and I even proved it buying the Corvette in Pennsylvania and driving it across the US, watching almost every human interaction, die Jew, you're not allowed to breathe, then you already have that answer. Okay, they already know. Okay, so some of these backwards here, it's interesting as we sort of go by behind this Amazon Fresh, which used to be what? I can't remember what it was. Pairs of twos backwards here, groupings of reds together, and a little bit higher. This camera battery is about to die, so I have to change it. And the majority of the lot is much closer to what it should be, and before 2011. Okay, so we come back here. We have a few. I'm going to change the battery here. I'm going to do one more little loop, and then you can watch the interview. I know these are long, but they have to be. Okay, so we're gonna do one more lap here, then you can watch the interview with Sergeant William Cooper, and you can decide. Now he's African American, which means he has motive with Jew Kill Jones. And why does he have motive from Tobago Division? Why does he have motive? Because they don't want what was done to my life coming out, specifically on events like when I kissed a black girl and what happened. You know, we got to kill Kevin because he kissed a black girl. Okay, and that is reverse racism. See, so the African American community doesn't want to admit that they took part because that's reverse racism. Okay, it's racism against Jews. Okay, and so what is Officer William Cooper, which I put 90%. Why would he try to cover that up unless he's a Jew-killing murderer? Because a police officer's role in society is what? To kill Jews? Or keep the crimes covered up? Or to expose the crimes? And make sure they don't continue and that people learn from them, correct? So why would a black police officer want to cover up what was done, or the black community try to cover up what they've done to my life? I'm trying to plug in a USB cable. It's driving me crazy here. It doesn't, unless they're sick Jew-killing murderers. Okay, and then you can sort of see some of the Allied Universal security guards here, even though they're not like getting in my face or anything, but they were heavily involved back in 2012. And I'm just trying to look at what this blue car is sort of pulling backwards doing. I'm gonna pull here for a second. Okay, so actually I'm done. Okay, so I know this drags on. I'll do a short version too, I guess, but I don't have much time to edit. So I know that this drags on with my details, my lead-in. But remember, this is an extremely complex situation. It's a worldwide murder operation to kill a 5-year-old Jew. It's minute by minute. There's no point. It's very rare that I'm not narrating into a camera. Daily, minute by minute attacks, psychological warfare attacks. And they're blatantly obvious, and the world knows what's going on, and they just keep trying to curve it and cover it up. And this letter right here is curving a police worldwide death threat into something infinitesimal. And then saying it never happened, and it's demonstrously false. And so what they're trying to do is say, hey, look, Kevin's hypersensitive. It never happened. No police officer threatened your life, and these people aren't, just like Dincy's lies on video, with all the neighbors working on me for 20 years straight, or 15 years of video daily of them, minute by minute. It's mental illness and it's your behavior. Yeah, right. Okay, so watch the video. Especially watch the facial movements of Sergeant Williams. I haven't even watched it yet, but I already know. I sort of loaded the video to make sure it was the right video for about 5 seconds, and I could already see, I think, guilt in his eyes. But I really have to watch the video. So, you know, don't watch his behaviors and what he's doing. Okay, so that's it.
Good. Fine.
Stop eating.
It's a lot of work to order those things.
No worries.
Yeah.
Something.
Oh, it'll freeze me that. No, this.
That piece of
Okay, Cooper.
that piece.
Probably different. So I didn't even know you could file a police report with a. I've had a lot. I've notified internal affairs on a lot of things. I'm sure I mentioned Officer Toro. If that's even his real name, I don't know. But he was in uniform with a police car and a police radio, a partner. Hey, so.
Let's go ahead. All right, so.
Yeah. You have the idea?
Hey,
Thank you.
What's that in? It's cool. You still at Woodland Hills?
yeah. Unfortunately,
Yes. Woodland Hills is a nice.
you know, it was nice when I grew up in the
Like
88 or I was a teenager in 88, but now it's just, you know, I think it's a complete shithole, and the people there's something wrong with the people there where they're just,
The chicken is right here.
what do you call, they call them Karens and Kyles, and, you know, like they just call the cops up, everything in your house, and, you know, I like sane, down to earth, passionate, driven, hardworking people, and not whiny, complaining, and people out to get everyone, but I don't know if it was different I was born in 72, so it's a lot different. I went off to college, came back, didn't even learn.
Yeah.
what's the contact number for you?
It's 312 259 3686.
3686.
Wait, what?
Thank you for that. This is your painful.
And I received that at your speed. That's good. The speed. I usually on the
Saturday.
what's the location of the occurrence? The place where everything happens?
It's worldwide, so it is a federal crime in the U.S., but the event that I'm reporting, 'cause there's so many different death threats and events and like things, but the Officer Toro event was, I believe, if you give me your email, I can take you within 1 week's time of the date, but it was around 2015 where at a Encino Starbucks or shopping center, Ventura and Neighborhoods location, and I'm sure you must know that at every public place worldwide, Kevin Froman is not allowed there, met with provoking and trying to get reactions. They say he's crazy and he harasses people and harasses women and violent parents get so, and it changes. It's been changing daily for 47 years, as I find out. But this event, because obviously things start from authority figures and they trickle down to the community, with whether they be neighborhood watch groups or other things. This guy supposedly trickles down, so he's not allowed to take photographs, which actually is much deeper because it starts in '96. Me taking a film photography class with my brother's friend and directly threatening me, Mike Wexler, you're not allowed to take pictures of people And then it's shifting over around 2005 to a girl named Aubrey Fisher, who was sort of a part-time stripper, hostess girl working with a guy sent out to me named Roddy Morales, working with Topanga Division or LAPD, trying to plant a trash bag full of confiscated marijuana and my drugs in my house in 2001 and trying to make me look like a drug dealer. So she ironically got mad that I was getting into studio photography, worked the copycat angle, and she showed up at the Starbucks location at one point following me. Another girl at the same time that was stalking me was a Yankee Doodles waitress named Heather when Yankee Doodles existed in Woodland Hills, the pool hall. They follow me, they claim I'm stalking him, they rile up the masses. These are happening since I was 5 years old. Everyone gets together. Hey, Kevin, you want to help me with my studio photography? Sure, you can hold a reflector, sort of playing your empty computing. What's your name? Kevin, you should sign up to Model Mayhem. I know you're on this website, but you should sign up to Model Mayhem, where she's working with 500,000 user base to provoke me out of the photography community. People then start following me with the gang stalking, gaslight tactics. I'm sure nobody really wants to talk about this, but the clothing color tactics and the verbal harassments and repetition and the things that make people look crazy, and then you start getting video footage of people stalking you, and then they curve the Dr. Ronald Barry Perlman, I don't want my son dabbling in studio photography, into look what Kevin's doing to people type of cover-up. But the threats from Officer Toro was, if you ever take a picture of a person, I will exercise the law in my own way, quote unquote. Linking to Aubrey Fisher, mad at me for getting the studio photography, and if I jump on a parallel, I could jump to Tim Thompson befriending me, working on the Lest We Should Go Adult Websites. You built adult websites, didn't you? When an NRA voice, when I found out in 2001, Mike Huntley, I've given you enough rope to hang yourself with. Have a good life now. We're using the LAPD system against you. You had better live a careful life. Someone's funding this. And I won't go too deep here. I'll stick to Officer Toro, because Officer Toro and Officer Dincy, how we force people into mental facilities, is under the same umbrella of we're watching you on videotape. Oh, I have video footage of another police officer shredding my life around 2008. We're watching Perlman, Matty, or getting some video footage of a fire truck at a scene. Matty for it. Dabbling with my camera, there's a fire truck and lights. And the police see me, this Topanga Division or whatever, see me walking, or the police see me taking a picture and they walk across the camera, and then he turns around and he says, "We're watching you, Perlman," with some kind of death threat that I didn't know how deep it went. But, so that's Topanga Division area to Encino, your district, Officer Toro, and literally I get on video all across the U.S. of daily harassments.
So basically what I got is that, the comment that Officer Toro made towards you, if you ever take a picture of a person, I would exercise the law my way. He's being discourteous.
No, he needs it. And,
Like, no, I mean, like, discourteous as in, like, disrespect.
correct. Well, it's a threat, because am I allowed to tell you, hey, I don't feel that you should be allowed to drink Sprite, or we're going to punish you, or I don't think you should be allowed to date women, or we're going to punish you, or your kind is not allowed to date our Jewish people, or you're not allowed out of your house. These are all, because one of the death threats actually is, no offense to you, no relaxing to you, nigger, where black groups have been hunting me since I kissed a black girl at 8 years old. I'm not I'm not racist, so don't worry. But
But that's just
these are the type of things that go against the Constitution. People don't normally act out on, like, and I have all sorts of events on and off video, like linking to his threats from private citizens. So, like, let's say I'm at a car meet because I bought a Corvette, so I'm trying to focus on something positive, and someone states, "Hey, will you take my picture?" Sure. And he says, "Get out of here, you're not allowed here, this and that." And these unheard of events happen daily for me. Why is that guy linked to this statement here that he's not even friends with? And then maybe I'll drive to Arizona and the same thing will happen. I'll drive to Nevada and the same thing will happen.
All right, Kevin, let's bring it back to Toro.
Okay, so
I got the statement. I'm gonna.
His Dempsey's indirect threats was I'm not allowed to leave my house. So
He works for the police.
he's out here.
You already reported that to Supreme Threat.
And internal affairs. Why?
Okay, so that's already been reported. Okay, this is 2015. How could you wait so long?
There are so many things going on per day. Okay, because of the worldwide defamation and slander, I have to spend every minute trying to figure out how to get people to understand that they're not allowed to run around saying your client's not allowed out of his house, and I have to accumulate. I have now 70 terabytes of proof and video footage and defamation and slander and worldwide attacks and which thing, if I had the ability to throw a hurricane at you, which leaf do you pick out of the air? Should I focus on this?
Okay,
focus
right.
Okay, right.
Bring it back.
Right.
Okay, so how come you didn't report it in 2015?
I'm often still with daily attacks. But you want me to give you a theoretical?
No.
Okay, so
Wait. That's fair.
bring this here. That's me, bring that into the theater.
as you know why that is?
Yes, it
No, that's true. And do you know why that is?
why it is.
And consumer daily attacks.
Why is that?
Because it makes it impossible to leave your house page.
If you calm. Cheat on me.
Good.
The difference between you I'm sorry. Yep. Alright, I have to ask you, have you ever been diagnosed with any mental illness?
Definitely not. We all know that I don't self-apply, so. But I can tell you that my family are very neurotic with their secondary psychology degrees and ethical thought process that they try to meddle in your private life and throw crap on you, sabotaging your life.
Alright, so we'll take it back to Officer Toro. What part of the year in 2015, if you do recall?
I'm not even 100% sure if it was closer to 13 or 15 or 17, but I have proof of everything. I don't have that statement, but I have within a couple days' time another police officer dialogue of me telling the security guard that I was being provoked and then they getting mad at me for talking and things like that. So I can, like I said, I can email you specifics, lay in the photo of another police officer working with him.
Okay, was it a radio call that they responded to at that location?
I believe the dialogue was, I was trying to explain. So everywhere I go, they provoke and try to get reactions. I was trying to explain, look, this is going on, and you really start focusing on trying to get me to react and make me look crazy, but we should focus on the anger. And then a police officer sort of came out mad at me that you're sort of talking. And I don't remember the dialogue in the first one. I remember the second one came out trying to make me look crazy. Also, obviously knowing, because this is a worldwide thing, that as a cover-up, that, hey, listen, if you ever take a picture of a person, I'll exercise the law in my own way. I don't know the specific dialogue because like usual, what happens when I go to talk, I usually get death threats like, you don't talk. Like, example, I have people in my neighborhood, you're snitched, you're dead, or on video, or you better accept what's going on or it'll get a lot worse for you, and things like that.
Okay. All right. So back to Officer Toro. So we can't recall exactly what the circumstances he was at. We rehearsed in trouble.
Well, I can remember enough. And now, before I continue, this happens in every restaurant, coffee shop, supermarket, or any place that I quote unquote relax, and I know this offends you, with that statement followed by that statement, no relaxing for you nigger, because I kissed a black girl, and I even have dialogues with black people. Why do you like black people so much? And I don't care this way or that way, and just whatever. Coffee shops work on their mental illness tactics when you are obsessed with coffee because it's black, or they make up whatever they make up. So we don't want you here. So we keep provoking Kevin Perlman with his passive aggressive and terror tactics, so they get people every day.
And those are the coffee shops.
It's everything. It started before coffee shops, it was pool halls, then shifted to coffee shops. Then it shifted to restaurants in 2005 when my father hired me to work in his office. He said, come out to lunch with me and Lorraine Escobar. Now, they sit down and provoke you with repetitive tactics. So you might go to a coffee shop and they say, the waitress, hi, sit here, okay, or no worries. And then at every single restaurant worldwide, they might keep saying, no worries. And nothing on the surface, it looks like, hey, Kevin, people say no worries. This is the mental illness tactic of game stalking. And it gets so obvious that I'll start video recording these things that we all know is going on worldwide. But the bottom line is, I'll start telling people, and I'll start passing out cards, and at 38 years old, I put up a website. Look, these people will not stop trying to make me look crazy with my own brother's death threats at 6K. Me and my friends are going to put you in a mental institution. And then they try to cover up an LAPD or training division as adamant with their lies, and I'm making people stalk me and things like this. I'm making, and I know you don't want me to jump too far back, but one of the arguments here is that in 1991, Eric Christensen and Sherry Christensen didn't like my t-shirt, my Lord's Gym t-shirt, therefore I'm making them with San Diego PD stalking, okay? So, how would a Lord's Gym t-shirt make mass worldwide groups stalk someone unless I don't like Kevin, I'm going to stalk him, and I'm going to tell everyone to help him, right? Like, I can't make someone stalk me. Okay? Any person is making a conscious decision to act on their own volition at the moment of their hate, correct?
Yes. Well, I'm here just to investigate
it's all linked, though. That's the point. That if I'm provoked at every public place in hopes that they can make me look crazy, it's a form of stalking, right? If I'm sitting at a couch in my complex and some girl says, and I don't even know who she is, he's stalking me and he won't leave me alone, and this happens at every place worldwide, or things, random changing events like that, I'm not making them do it. They're doing it because they're told to do it. Okay, but back to Officer Toro. He has something to hide. Or he's being paid.
in Florida. All right. Okay, so definitely you're for sure this happened on Victoria Boulevard neighborhood.
Just to make sure, yeah.
And was it at a business?
It was at the shopping center, sitting on a public bench at the shopping center.
Shopping center.
With the,
Yeah.
I can provide you video footage of the previous incident within a couple, not incident, but security guard, and it's actually on the internet, but security guard and a police officer, it came out a couple days before.
But anything concerning Officer Toro?
Yeah, I mean, he is actively following through with the threats with these mass, if you want to call neighborhood watch groups, or people that think the definition of neighborhood watch is to follow someone and provoke them and try to get reactions or whatever. These are all linked events from Woodland Hills to Encino to Studio City, to Las Vegas, to New York City, on video, even 40 years ago, buying a Corvette in Pennsylvania, driving across the entire United States, event group of these worldwide events and random strangers dramatizing. Even if I have this camera on my shoulder, someone might yell, he took my picture, and random police officers show up.
So, my next question is, when's the last time you saw Officer Toro? Was it that event?
That's right. One time,
Okay.
I don't even know if that was his real name because it seemed strange. They keep hinting about, do you mess with the bull, you got the horns or whatever. And these bullying scams are there, hinting that I'm a bully or saying I'm a bully. But I saw him once, but it is linked to random police officer events worldwide. It was I don't want to say unexplainable, but it's very rare. That everywhere I go worldwide, people know me and are enraged, and that hasn't been explained other than my father stating, "You know what you did," in an angry voice. That
He goes in with it.
they can do the math for that.
That's true.
Did Officer Toro have the partner?
He did. I don't remember. It was so long
Partner
ago.
look like?
I don't really. Okay. I could tell you more about Dincy's later on after that, working with them, and the Ellen Barkin look-alike that didn't talk, that innate. Things I'm also not allowed at parks, and coffee shops and public places. And get back to your home from Officer Dincy, and I'm not allowed to use my home. I'm not allowed to take walks.
Very fair.
Well, I got enough information, so I'm gonna give you my business card.
Okay.
I got to go back to West Valley.
That's fine. Do you have an email on that?
Sure.
I'll provide you with some. Not too much. I won't overwhelm you, but I'll provide you with that. It's in a tad bit circumstantial on that.
Yeah. Only send me anything that's
That's
pertaining
related.
to Officer
Yeah.
Toro effect. Thanks.
But you do realize that he is a, what do you say, a pinnacle of authority that is a trickle down to all sorts of things that should be happening. Even though it's not necessarily your, I can't put it in that for it is linked and related.
Okay. And real quick, have you ever been put on a home? Anybody?
Oh, no. Nothing. Not even close to anything. But I do believe that my family, especially at a younger childhood, was calling, making up lies in the name of control. Does that make sense? Like, okay, so example, totally unrelated. 14 years old, my one and only argument with my mother was, fuck you, who cares what evil that guy thinks. She sort of picked up the phone and said, my son's a schizophrenic and blah, 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 or he did this or that. And, some crazy women out there do that shit like this. So, you see it all the time. So, using their degrees, secondary degrees, as weapons.
Okay, gotcha. Before I leave, real quick, what you know of any witnesses that were present during this interaction with Officer Toro?
So, I mean, the ones that were on, no one was on my side, but I remember there was a group of angry Persians and Armenians, and there was a girl named Arnaz that friended me who kept hinting I was a hacker and I needed to die and things. But I don't know. I'm all alone, isolated in this worldwide thing. So there's no one that's coming forward. Yeah.
All right. Okay. And just to confirm, your issue with Officer Toro's over the statement that you made that you put on your flight.
He's actively following through. He is actively following through with that because they destroyed my name and credibility worldwide in the photography industry and everything. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right. Well, I think I have everything.
All right.
Okay,
And
Kevin.
then for your, I say enjoyment because everyone gets their jollies bashing my skull on my bikes, but so that has a lot of proof non-related to the whole ball wax to try to make me look whatever, like what's his name? What's the guy from Truman Burbank? Jim Carrey or whatever, right? Maybe he was like make me think I'm Jim Carrey, right? Okay, so Kevin. All right, so thank Officer. What was your name?
Sergeant Cooper.
Sergeant Cooper, but not Anderson Cooper.
Oh, no.
I better say. We'll be in Anderson Cooper and get that through down there.
Yeah.
And okay, so thank you.
I'll take care of it.
All right.
Good.
Was this like was the idea to freeze you to death in there? Or? All right, have a good day. Okay. All right, thanks.
So,
No, you got it.
well, it's a clouded face out needs to be in. But I think it's most too much. Go on. I what do you look to your time? Teach them. To the seat. So you get your five buildings. Here. 25 now, 120. Let's see.
Okay, I'm going to narrate that with Sergeant Cooper. And I don't know the first officer's name was DeWitt. I didn't ask him for his name. How did that go? I think it probably went fucking nowhere. I think it probably went nowhere because Sergeant William Cooper.
He's going to talk to them now.
I copy that Dutch guard 2190 for 2040 here both sent on. That's up. Stop happened at the button stop.
Sergeant William Cooper. Now he was black, African American, and we also have the black officer Jones, who's lying at Topanga Division. And he says you feel, right? You feel as a cover-up. When they say I see that you feel like,
Is it 4-0?
it's a way of politely bullshitting you and going, yeah, you think this, but it's not happening. Okay, so that statement in itself, I see that you feel, already it looks like he's trying to cover shit up. Now, but what I want to note there is when he said alrighty, that is one of the tactics. Okay. Because it's one of the gang stalking copycat tactics, okay? Because I say alrighty joking around on Facebook, and he says he copies it, then you're crazy. Yeah, like, you get it? Okay, so if he's saying alrighty, then he's in on the situation, but when he's saying the report, he's saying you feel. Okay. And then they say, well, you've ever been diagnosed with, and that's sort of leading down the road of the cover-ups. Okay, so now he was sort of polite and not as douchebaggy as some of the others, okay? But there's still, you're gonna read in between the lines on that. We just made a circle here, we're right by the police station. Read between the lines that, we didn't do a circle because I was parked out front and I'm getting a fucking headache from lack of food. So we need food.
You can see the different changes get to the context of
So the douchebaggy, you're imagining it, blah, blah.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, right. So I know that you feel that's a danger zone there. Because they don't want your little Jew kill buddy. Okay, so
Or charger.
and he was smiling when I said, if you could throw a hurricane J to fire, if you could throw a hurricane at someone, she's a black porn star, which leaf would you pick to focus on, right? Okay, to try to stop smacking you in the head. Okay, so but they'll still try to cover it up, correct? Okay. That's why I got the video of him. Okay, so how was that, Brett? electrical short there. Okay, so let's head back. It is 4:58. I'm tired. What the hell? My door open? Oh, it is open. My door's open. So the lights going on and off. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, so
Very nice.
was 38. Okay, I'm gonna shut this off. I'm gonna save my energy. I did notice that today, Terrence Scroggins, as I was saying, at the police station. Oh, a couple of events. Okay, 2 Mercedes here where I was parked.
Curtis mentioned the area.
A couple of events I noticed sitting in there. While I was in the police station, Terrence Scroggins cruised back by my house, wearing black pants, white shirt. Same with the other neighbor wearing the same clothing from yesterday. They want to sort of do groupings. So there's a third wearing black pants, white shirt. Okay, so because where the door is closed right here. Okay, so they're cruising. They're walking in front of my security camera, and then you sort of notice it, and they go, "Well, he took my picture. He committed a crime." Okay, right? So, okay, so I'll have to do a quick edit and upload that for tomorrow. So we have court. I have court tomorrow. And
How about you contact a map for track update but not for sure.
and all right, I'm tired. So that's sort of some things happening. Oh, and we have Keyman kind of messaging me. Oh, I saw the Yasi again, but I said, so, what about the neighbors? Like, I want your help. What about the neighbors stalking me? And, no, I'm not going to answer. So, sort of like, fuck you then, right? Okay, now it's interesting. So he comes back as I'm going to the police station. Or he starts texting me as I'm going to the police station, like, trying to get information. So what's going on here, as I explained it, Keyvan is working with Yasi and these worldwide groups to try to lock me away. And then he's using the victim rule that, Yasi, I don't talk to Yasi anymore because he likes to put people in jail. And then the story changes about Yasi. What the fuck?
Wait, no problem.
Oh, the trunk's open. That's why. Why is my trunk open? Maybe I opened it the other night and I didn't fully close it. I mean, that's weird. Okay, so because I wasn't having this well, maybe I just didn't go over some bumps. So Yasi, right, Yasi, I don't talk to him anymore because and then, I didn't say that about Yasi, and now I do say, trying to weasel my life and make me look or get things to use against me. And so I just in the text I said, so what about, your neighbors trying to lock me in jail? I don't know anything, but I want to hang out. Yeah, okay, good, fuck you, right? You don't want to help me. I went out on a limb. You don't want to help. Right, it's all about me, and you can go to jail like Yossi wants you to, and it's all about me, and okay, right? Okay, well, whatever, just don't ask for help,